How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the channel. So, I took a virtual online rod building class through Mudhole Tackle, and it was awesome. And we're going to show you the process that I went through of building this rod, putting it all together, and the specs of this rod. It's a 7-foot medium heavy fast action bass fishing rod. So it's like good all around rod for like a lot of different things. I think primarily what I'm gonna use it for is like pitching jigs, throwing a Texas rig like worm, creature bait, whatever. But thank you so much for watching the video, and if this is the first time seeing me, please consider subscribing, like the video, and let me know in the comments if you want to see more stuff like this.
Before, this rod will be the hardest for you to have ever built in your life, just because it's the first one and learning all of the nuances of rod building. But I will say, and I don't even have to knock on wood, I've not had any failures or I will...
Second thing, you do not need to put these tapes on here. This is for you guys to be able to see these pops as they occur. I'm going to take and you're going to have your hand about 8 inches from the tip of the rod. You're going to have your palm straight up. You're going to take your other palm and put it in the middle of the rod blank. Try and get this in the frame here. About in the middle of the rod blank. And you're going to push down on the rod and up with your other hand. You get about a good, not quite 90 degrees, but somewhere close to 90 degrees. And then you're going to rotate it. And see how this flag pops? It pops from side to side, almost 180 degrees from each other. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to find where this rod wants to fish. So
And if you played around with these components, you know that reel seat that you have fits right over that tenon like that. This particular handle set is meant with this to go with this reel seat so that it fits nicely right over that nice reel seat. So what I will do is and he's got good magnification and good light, I can see.
hey, Sid,
Yes, Kurt.
I was just going to so remember the mark where your reel seat is going. When you're reaming this rear grip out, you see where mine stops here? Yeah. Make sure that you drill less and check a lot.
Especially if you're using your drill bit. You don't want to take out too much material. And you know, it's hard to keep that taper with a straight drill bit. So the reamers are tapered. The tape reamers that you have, the taper is very slight. The extreme reamers that Kyle has, and I'll show you one here that goes to the drill. This taper is very significant.
So Cindy, with this fighting foregrip, would we just mark this out with the China marker 2 and ream it out?
The 2-inch foregrip?
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
Or if you choose not to use this, if you want to use that black tapered one, you can use that and you don't have to do anything else. Or punch through that butt cap.
I just figured that there was going to be like an extreme reaming pad across the bottom of the...
And that's all the benefit. If you want to feel good about doing this class online, I will say that the bang for the buck is a whole lot better because you get more equipment and materials than you would if you were at an in-person class. So you actually got a dryer.
Right. How long do you want to mix it for?
Until you get a consistent color. When you get a big glob under it, just take your stick and wipe that glob off.
Okay.
Now, where's your tenon? It's at top,
bottom of this is to come down.
And then Cindy, on the grip, the seam is going to be opposite of where you put the grease mark for the spine.
Fine.
Okay, perfect.
Exactly.
Thank
Yep.
you.
Yep. Do you have paste all on there, John? Or Ed? Sorry, Ed.
Oh, yes, we got paste all on it. It's really getting quite hard to push down. That's
You need
expected.
more, yeah, you need more paste
Okay.
all the way down. See if you can, I want you to just put a little dab on here. Okay, a little dab. If you put a big glob, it's gonna go on your grip and it's gonna go on your reel seat, and we don't want a big glob to clean up. So just a little dab. Then on your rod blank, here's my openings on the bottom of my rod. This mark and this mark. How I got that was, this is where John, is it still pliable?
This is different paste. I didn't make enough the first time.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, we're
No
good.
worries, no worries.
Figured go with smaller.
I'm just only wrap one side of them, then I make sure they're lined up, and then I carefully wrap the other side, making sure I didn't knock anything out of alignment. Because like I said, a single foot's easier to adjust than that double foot. Not, we can still do it, but a little tricky. Kyle, looks like you're off and running.
Yeah, pretty good. I'm just, like I said, I took it off there and trying to align it.
Yep.
It's kind of deceiving because
Hey, Cindy, actually, I'm looking at this Pro Coat, and I got 2 hardeners and not a hardener and a resin.
No crap.
I kid you not.
Hang on, let me see the thing. Okay, that's a red seal one. That's red, and is the other one red?
Yeah.
No way. Oh, man. That is a first, Wyatt. I'm making a note right now because the rest, you can check the rest of them out. Yeah, we will. We'll be sure when it comes to that time. Wyatt.
So what happened with the class was, when I took it, when at the warehouse where they're packaging up the kit, they sent, see, both of those are red, so they sent 2 hardeners, and I wasn't, you know, the second day of class when we were getting together and gonna do the thread coating, I wasn't able to because I didn't have the right stuff. But over at Mudhole and the instructors for the class, they made it right. They made sure I got what I needed. So actually, the guys over at Mudhole, they were like, hey, go ahead, Wyatt can like hop in on this other like basic rod building class. They overnighted this to me, and it just worked out really great. So once this gets all dried up, we'll take a look at it. But I'm pretty excited. Not that I could go out and fish right now. It's like, you know, still got ice on the water. But anyway, we'll get you updated with what it looks like after it's done. Alright, so I finally was able to get this in the drying rack. We got this all, got the clear coat on, and it's spinning, and this has to spin overnight. Okay, so my first rod build, I feel like it went pretty well. I definitely would recommend those virtual classes through Mudhole, because what happened is when they put the kit together, they put, for the thread epoxy, they ended up putting 2 hardeners instead of a hardener and resin. And so they overnight FedExed the right stuff. And I was actually able to hop on another class with one of the same instructors for my bass rod class. And so I got a lot of value. And I really appreciate Mudhole for, you know, making that right. It sounded like the one guy was not too happy that is in charge of that. But as far as my first bass rod, that's the reel that's gonna go on it. Not perfect, but I'm pretty excited about it. We have to wait till ice out, but that shouldn't be too far away. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for the next one.